Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica and today I'm bringing you 6 brand new cable knit patterns that were released in the month of September. So whether you're looking for a cozy sweater, a statement cardigan, or an oversized vest, these patterns will surely inspire you this fall knitting season. So grab your latest knitting project, get comfy, and let's dive right in. I have 2 cable knit sweaters to share today, so I wanted to start with those. And the first sweater is the Shoreline sweater by Hailey Smedley, also known as Ozetta. This is a absolutely stunning top-down cable knit constructed sweater. It features this beautiful cable motif throughout the entire garment, and it, to me at least, resembles that rippling effect that the water leaves on the sand after it comes up onto the shore. It's just absolutely beautiful and so cleverly executed by the designer. And it also has these saddle shoulders that are shaped using short rows. So it says here in the description that both the saddle shoulders and gentle cables bring a timeless style with a polished result. And I definitely agree. And I also just want to add to that I think the kind of quite large hem on the body of the sweater and the cuff of the sleeves kind of bring a contemporary feel to the sweater too. It's just absolutely stunning. The designer uses Le Petit Silk Mohair by Biches and Bouches, which is a lace waist silk mohair blended yarn, and that is held next to Istex Philalopi. Excuse me, I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, but it is a sport weight yarn and it is comprised of 100% wool. The designer recommends using needle size US 8, 7, 5, and 3, which in millimeters is sizes 5, 4.5, 3.75, and 3.25 millimeter needles. The gauge on this garment is 21 stitches by 28 rows, and sizes range from extra, extra small up to 5XL. So that is the Shoreline sweater by Hailey Smedley, also known as Ozetta. Okay, so moving on to the next cable knit sweater pattern, and it is the James Sweater V-neck by Johanna Gehrisch. I absolutely love this sweater. I love the V-neck and I love the large classic looking cable and then that kind of collegial preppy vibe it gives off. It's just beautiful and perfect for fall in my opinion. It is constructed from the top down, starting in the back on the back panel, and then you work the shoulders, and then you go to the front and you work 2 separate panels at the front. And from there, you'll shape the neckline. And then once you get to the armholes, you'll join the back panel and the front panels in the round. It is absolutely stunning. It is knit up using a lace and bulky weight yarn, and those are Edith by Novita, which is a lace waist, silk, and mohair blend yarn. Then it is held with Ano by Novita, which is a bulky weight yarn that is comprised of 55% alpaca, 23% merino, and 22% nylon. So this is going to be a very, very warm sweater, and it will get you through fall and winter wearing this. It's going to be super warm. The designer recommends using needle sizes US 10 and 4, which in millimeters is 6 and 3.5 millimeter needles. The gauge for this garment is 15 stitches by 24 rows, and it is available in sizes extra small up to size 5XL. So that is the James Sweater V-neck by Johanna Gehrisch. Okay, so keeping with the same designer for now, but moving on to the cable knit cardigans. The first cardigan I want to share today is the Eugene cardigan by Johanna Gehrisch. This is a absolutely stunning top-down constructed cable knit cardigan. It features some raglan increases for shaping the V-neck. It also features a double knitted button band. And then also, if you look at how this cable is designed, it's just really quite clever. It is a 2x2 ribbed cable that is worked throughout the entire garment, and I mean the entire garment, because if you look closely, you'll notice that the ribbing on the hem of the cardigan and then also the sleeve cuffs is just a continuation of that 2x2 ribbed cable pattern, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. The designer says in her description that playing with modern colors for the design makes it contemporary and timeless at the same time. And I tend to agree. I really love this pink that the designer has chosen. Obviously, you can knit it up in whatever color you'd like, but I just think it is quite beautiful in this color, and it does bring a quite contemporary feel to a classic design. So the designer has used a Aran weight yarn held with a lace weight yarn. She uses Filicalana's Peruvian wool, which is, I believe, 100% Peruvian wool yarn, and it is Aran weight. And the Filicalana Tilia is a lace weight mohair and silk blend yarn. Designer recommends using needle sizes US 7 and US 4, which in millimeters are sizes 4.5 and 3.5 millimeters. So the gauge for this garment is 18 stitches by 28 rows, and this pattern is available in sizes extra small through 5XL. So that is the Eugene cardigan by Johanna Gehrisch. Okay, so moving on to the second cable knit cardigan. It is referred to as a jacket, but I'm going to keep it in the cardigan category for simplicity's sake. And it is the Naomi jacket by Maria Schei Mogenstad. And this is a beautiful, very classic cable knit cardigan. It features moss stitch and at least, I would say, looking at it, 3 different types of cable knit designs or patterns throughout the cardigan, and it is absolutely beautiful. It's like your perfect everyday fall cable knit cardigan, in my opinion. So the Naomi jacket is worked from the top down, starting with the back panel, which appears to be mostly knit up in moss stitch. From there, you work the shoulders and then both front panels, and then you join the front panels to the back panel and work back and forth. Then you pick up for sleeves and you work on the button band at the very end. The designer opted for knitting for olives merino, which is a light fingering weight 100% merino yarn, and she holds that with knitting for olives silk mohair blend, which is a lace weight yarn, and it is comprised of 70% mohair and 30% silk. and she recommends using needle size US 8 for this garment, which is in millimeters size 5. The gauge for this cardigan is 16 stitches by 26 rows, and it is available in sizes 1 to 7. I'm not quite sure what those sizes correspond to in terms of like extra small to 5XL or whatnot, but it does seem to be offered in quite a wide range of sizes. So that is the Naomi jacket by Maria Schei Mogenstad. Okay, so moving on to the cable knit top that I wanted to talk about today, and that is the T number 2 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. And I absolutely love this tee. It's so elegant and beautiful, but somehow the designer has designed it in such a way that it is elegant yet casual in its construction. The designer says that a delicate neckline and light fabric add a feminine contrast to the otherwise masculine look, and I definitely agree. It is more of a masculine leaning design. Just if you look at the construction of the garment, it is a very loose fitting tee, but it is elevated with those cables and saddle shoulders, and then that beautiful delicate hem on the neckline and the t-shirt sleeves, which gives it just kind of that little feminine touch. It is knit up using Cotton Wool 3 Organic by Gepard yarn, and that is a fingering weight yarn comprised of 50% cotton and 50% merino, and it is held double with Gepard's cashmere lace, which is a lace weight yarn that is 100% cashmere. I really like the yarn that the designer has chosen. I think that the cashmere brings a luxurious feel to this top, and you pair that with the 50% merino and 50% cotton blended yarn, and that just provides more durability and breathability. So I think the yarn here that the designer uses is perfect. The needle sizes recommended are US 4 and US 1.5, which in millimeters are 3.5 and 2.5 millimeter needles. The gauge for this design is 28 stitches by 36 rows, and this pattern is available in sizes extra small through 4XL. So that is T number 2 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. Okay, so moving on to the final cable knit pattern that I want to talk about today. And it is a cable knit vest called the Codger vest by Ellen Furderer. And it is absolutely beautiful. And it is also free on Ravelry, which is a big bonus. It looks like something that maybe your granddad or your dad would wear. It's quite masculine leaning. It definitely kind of leans into that kind of dark academia category in terms of fashion trends that are happening right now. It is constructed from the bottom up in one piece until you get to the armholes, and then it is bound off into 3 separate pieces, which are the back panel and the 2 front panels. And then you work up from there, and then you will focus on the ribbing on the armband and the neckline and button band at the very end. It features a beautiful moss stitch and also these beautiful cable designs that run along the front panels. And then it also features a very beautiful cable that runs along the back panel vertically. It is just really cozy looking and very beautiful and classic. And the designer uses Jarbo Svensk wool, which is a 100% wool, and it is an Aran weight yarn. And I have not heard of this yarn personally myself. I do think that Derum Natura's Gilead or Robinson could work really well for this pattern. I do think there are a lot of other very good yarns that you could replace it with or use instead of the Jarbo. And the designer recommends using needle size US 8, which is a 5 millimeter needle. And the gauge for this pattern is 14 stitches by 22 rows. And this pattern is available in sizes extra small up into 4XL. So that is the Codger vest by Ellen Furderer. Okay, so there you have it. Those are the 6 cable knit patterns that I wanted to share with you all today. I'll make sure to leave a link to my Ravelry bundle down in the description below. And if you're working on a cable knit pattern right now, I'd love to hear what pattern it is. Please do not hesitate to let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed watching my video today, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to my channel so we can hang out again soon. And happy fall, everyone. Bye.